Thank you, Fallon, for meeting with us today. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, such as who you are and what you do?
Sure. So, hi, I'm Fallon Ryan. I currently work as the engagement coordinator for Sprout MN, which is a nonprofit food hub out of Little Falls, Minnesota, essentially serving to revitalize the rural Minnesota around the food system. So, we do that through kind of a couple different avenues, trying to cultivate entrepreneurship and creativity, as well as provide opportunity for farmers and consumers to create this culture and community around local food. And I actually initially heard about 100 Rural Women through one of my good friends, Erica Vieland, and she brought me into the kind of the organization for one of the first leadership exchange cohorts, and was just an amazing group of women who just take your breath away, essentially. So it's kind of fun to just be included within this and learn from everybody. I love the term leadership exchange. I think it's such a beautiful thought that we're all learning from each other all the time. And I was born and raised in Brainerd, Minnesota, which is in the middle of Minnesota, and it's a little bit of a little larger city for where we exist in and kind of pull from a lot of rural areas. But I still have always truly treasured space. I get very uncomfortable in urban areas, and I think it's probably the best way to get me to stop talking, actually. If there's not enough space for me to like feel like I can move and use my hands and just like run, I guess. But so always had a very large love for rural America and the amazing things that are happening all over rural America. I think that's kind of the narrative that sometimes gets spread, is that we're kind of dying, but I am constantly inspired by just the innovation and life that exists here and is kind of being perpetuated into on a larger scale too. So yeah.
What about who or what has been your biggest inspiration?
Oh wow. Oh, I'm just constantly inspired by people I meet and just new initiatives I hear about. Every day I think I learn about something new that's just so exciting. And I love, like, even 100 Rural Women. I just love the fact that this introduced me to just so many different individuals that are so inspiring. And that's truly, like, what motivates you to keep going and understand that you're not alone in thinking this way, that you want things to be maybe different or just different, I guess. Or it's a teamwork, it's a team effort, and there's a large community that exists to kind of move some of this work forward and really create a more just and equitable system around us. And so I don't know, I think it starts with I just am constantly inspired. I know I'm like trying to just think of, I guess, what was your biggest inspiration was the question, but I think people inspire me every single day, and it's so fun to see how resilient the human spirit is and what we can accomplish together, and just how, like, I think there's a wonderful quote along the lines of, never doubt that a small group of dedicated citizens can change the world, for in fact it's the only thing that ever has. And so it's something that I think about quite often, and it's wonderful to just have even just like sayings that can kind of fill your heart and keep you going. And so right now I'm reading the book Untamed by Glennon Doyle, which is kind of basically all about this, like finding yourself and letting your dreams guide your path, and being fearless and wild, and not necessarily adhering to the rules that are created for us, but instead creating our own and creating a better world and our most beautiful life. So now I'm like thinking about this all the time, and it's quite wonderful. And I think that I'm surrounded by a wonderful community and a wonderful group of individuals that are truly pursuing that full force. So they inspire me every day.